What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. What we got today is something I'm really excited to go over with you guys. It's some stuff that I won from Lose and Strike King, and it's a pretty big package. It's gonna take a little bit to go over. I'll explain what I can about all of it, and we'll get into it and show you guys some of the details of this stuff and tell you how you yourself can get in on stuff like this and potentially win thousands of dollars worth of stuff. So we're just gonna get into it. I'm going to start with this box right here. I'm not sure what all is in which box, so pretty sure I know what's in this one. But we will get into it. Got it all packed down in here. So we will start by just kind of pulling what's in here out. And I'll show you guys. I got 3 reels here, and 2 of them are spinning reels, and one of them spinning reel, 2 of them are bait casters. And this is the new Custom Light series by Lose. And the way I won these is I did a online tournament through Fishing Chaos, and Strike King was holding it. And if you posted on Instagram, they had like a social media portion of the tournament as well. So you post on Instagram and you do hashtag Big Bass USA, I believe it was. So you do that and tag Strike King and Lose, and you get entered in to win this. And when I won this, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like one thing on the list. Like, I didn't think you won everything. So I got really lucky and won this. This is like $3,000 worth of stuff. And absolutely blew my mind when Tom reached out and said, hey, you won. And he's been really great to work with back and forth, and been able to get everything shipped out to me. And it's been a cool little thing to be able to get this and be a part of this. So if that's something that you're interested in getting in, Fishing Chaos does that. They do the Mock Nation tournaments. Mock does a lot of that. They have Frog Fest going on right now, which I'm in, and it's kind of the same thing. You have your online tournament portion, but there's also a social media portion, and it's a really cool thing that they do. And you win tons of free stuff, and there's so many ways to win different stuff, and everybody's eligible for it as long as you sign up on Fishing Chaos. So I highly recommend going and trying that. Even if you get to fish one day a month, still it's a chance to get in. It took 1 fish to win me all this, so it's something to definitely consider doing. All right, so first in here, this is the Custom Light Speed Spool, and this is a 7:5 to 1 gear ratio. And it's got the little maintenance guide card with it. Improved for performance. These reels have the ACB braking technology to provide one of the most powerful yet easy to use braking systems available. It's got 27 progressive settings to the brake plate, resulting in an extreme range of braking power with ultimate finesse. At certain settings, you may experience audible tapping sound of the brakes pulsating. This is normal. Okay, nothing else on there. So we're gonna take this thing out, and I got right-handed reels because I reel all mine right-handed. The weight of these things is absolutely ridiculous. So when I saw that it was like, these are the lightest that Lose makes, and it's like, I know the other one is 4.9 ounces. Yeah, so is this one. So it's 11 bearing, holds 90 yards of 12-pound fluoro, 4.9 ounces for this reel. Super small, palmable reel, 20-pound max drag, and it's a 28-inch line. It brings in 28 inches of line per revolution of the handle. So just to give you guys a look at this thing. Slick little reel. There's your braking system. Let me turn that over there so you can see that a little better. And then if you pop this off, I was watching a video on them, you can see inside the way the brakes actually work on this thing. You pop that off there. And then inside the spool, you've got all those little red tabs in there. And that's part of the braking system. You don't have to do anything inside there. It's all done from this little knob on the outside. But that just gives you a look at what's going on inside there. But one thing that I really do think is cool about this reel is, let me get it turned so you can actually see it. It's got this little knob on the side. And typically that's where your tension and stuff like that will be. And so what that is you can set what line you have on here. If you look, it's got an M and a B for mono or braid, an F for fluoro, and then you've got your line numbers on there. So you can remember, if you're like me and you've got a bunch of different reels and you don't know exactly what reel is spooled up with what, and you like to throw certain lures on certain size lines, this really helps you out big time. And that is a cool feature to have. Gosh, I'm excited. I'm ready to get this thing on the rod and get out and try it. As soon as this video's over, I'm headed to the lake. I'm gonna spool these things up and get out there. And the Lew's reels typically come with a little thing of reel oil, so you can lube them up. And that's another thing, is these things have external, if you look right here, it's got these little holes in the body for lubricating. So you don't have to take this thing completely apart. You can lube them up right through those holes, and that's a really cool feature to have, is to be able to do that. Next up, I'm gonna do this one because I'm gonna save that one for the last of these three because I'm really excited about that one. The next up, what we've got is the spinning reel, and this is the Custom Light Lew's, and it's the SS. So this is the shallow spool version. And what I'm doing real quick is getting this handle on here because it comes with the handle on the side. So I'm getting this set up so I can show you guys exactly what we're dealing with here. Give me just a second here. I promise I'm trying to hurry. Yes, I'm one of those people that reels my spinning reels right-handed. So, hate me for it. I always put mine on the right side and use the reel that way. So, man, these things are so smooth. It's ridiculous. But just to give you a breakdown on this one, this is a 6:2 to 1 gear ratio, 11 bearings, skeletal speed rotor, 0 reverse, and it's a Transotech like solid frame. And those are the bait casters are the same. It's some kind of, it's like a solid body instead of being a two or 3 piece body. But again, this one's 90 yards of 8-pound fluoro, 110 pounds of 110 yards of 15-pound braid. And this one's a little heavier, weighing in at 6.7 ounces, and it's got 14 pounds of max drag. But you're looking at 31 inches of line brought in for every revolution of the handle, because you do have less room to fill up because this is that shallow spool. But to give you guys a look at how sweet this little thing is. Super excited over these. And I think the price on this reel was $169, and the bait casters are actually $2.99 a piece. which isn't cheap for a reel by any means, but I have learned you get what you pay for. I had some cheaper ones, and they don't last as long. They might work great at first, but then they break down pretty quick. So it's something to look to invest in and last you for a long time. Now this one right here is one that I'm super excited about. I've been talking about getting something for the bait finesse fishing because I'm not a big spinning reel guy, and getting this is the Lew's shallow spool, and that thing has got a super shallow spool on it. It's got the speed knot system, so you just tie your knot around your end of your line and slide it in there, and then you just start reeling. So you don't have to fight with fishing everything around and tying a knot and all that crap. You can just tie a little knot, stick it down in there and hook it, and you're good to go. So being able to do that is going to be a really good thing for spooling these up. It's going to be a really fast process, and it doesn't take as much line to spool one of these because this spool is so shallow. So they have another version that is, from what I understand, is better for skipping. It takes the bigger line sizes, but this one is only holds 55 yards of 8-pound fluoro. So that's not a whole lot, but you're not going to cast it to the end of that. It's made for casting lighter lures. You see me show some of those smaller Lucky Craft Sammys, and Strat King has the Bitsy line of their lures, their poppers, their sexy dogs, and all that stuff. And I'm looking at getting some of those to try out with this. And you'll be able to throw your shaky heads, your wacky worms, a lot of your weightless stuff on this bait caster without having to worry about not being able to throw it far enough, because the inertia that it takes to get this reel moving, this spool moving, is a lot less because it holds less line. It's not down there as deep, so the spool itself doesn't weigh as much. So that thing will get going a lot faster, be able to sling those smaller lures out there. And man, I'm super excited about getting out and trying this thing. Again, I'm about to be putting some, I'm probably gonna spool it up with 15-pound braid and use probably an 8-pound fluoro leader and see how that goes. Because I do like having braid as my main line. It just seems to cast better, and I like it. And I got this Seaguar braid up here, 15-pound, that I'm waiting to use. So this seems like a good thing to try it on. But this reel's set up exactly like the other one. You've got your line management thing here that tells you what size line is on your reel. Same braking system. And this one is a, what gear ratio? 7:5 gear ratio also. And again, you got your little thing of reel oil in here, so you can lube these things up and keep them in working condition. Oh man, I'm so excited to get out and try these. This one actually weighs 5 ounces, where the other one weighs 4.9. So this one is a little heavier, and it may have to do with that bigger spool. I'm not sure, but 0.1 ounce, whatever it is, it isn't going to kill me. So super excited to get out and try these things out. And I just can't say enough about what these guys have done for the anglers and what they're giving to people just for getting on there and fishing. And you tag Strat King. Yeah, they're getting a little bit of publicity off of it because they everybody sees what you tag them in. But the fact that they're willing to do this to help to get, I say get their name out there. These companies are huge. Everybody knows who they are. They're doing this to give back to the community, to help people out, and just to be involved and let people see how involved they are in the fishing game. And that just means a lot. And a company to do something like this, just it means so much. And there's a lot of kids on there that do stuff as well, and they get to win stuff. And man, just putting this stuff in kids' hands, it puts them to the next level instantly. But let me throw this trash off this is the big boy. And I'm sure you guys can guess what's in this big old long box here. But I'm gonna give you a peek. We're gonna go over everything that's in here. But before I start tearing this stuff out, I do want to say what I don't have, what they've not sent me yet, it's going to be a digital gift card. So I won $500 worth of Strike King lures. It was a prize pack that they could put together. But when the guy reached out, he said, looking at your social media, you clearly know what you use. And he said, I'm good with just giving you a $500 gift card and you order what you want. And so I've got a $500 Strike King gift card coming my way as well. So you guys are gonna see a big unboxing of all those lures when I get them. I'm trying to hold off a little bit and see some of the stuff that gets released at ICAST, or that got released at ICAST. If you guys haven't kept up with that, I think they had several of the forward-facing minnows. They had, I think one's called the Pinger, one's called the Homing minnow. A lot of crappie baits, lots and lots of new crankbait colors. They have like a premium line of their crankbaits coming out. It's going to have a more upgraded hook and stuff like that. And they also have they have a 4.5 and a 6-inch, I think, of the new, I think it's called the Final Copy, their new swim bait coming out. And it's like Mac Draft style. You know, like everybody's making the harness. It's got the harness in the chest. One really cool thing about this one is, I'll show you guys when I get my hands on one, is you can take the harness. From what I saw, I don't quote me on this, but from what I saw, you can take the harness and make it a top hook as well. And that's really cool, because if you're wanting to keep that thing down toward the bottom, or you're wanting to come over some logs and stuff, you can take and swap that harness around and have that treble hook on top, and makes it a little more versatile to be able to fish in other situations. So you're not having to have two different lures to do two different things. You can do them both with that one lure, and that's big. So I'm looking forward to getting that stuff. Again, $500. I'm gonna get a good amount of stuff off that website for $500. So you guys look out for that unboxing as well, and I'm gonna go over all that stuff, and I can give you honest reviews on all of it, because I've used everything except for the stuff that has been released at ICAST this year. So I can show you guys the ways I like to rig those and stuff like that, and go over a little bit of that with you as well. But let me throw this stuff out of my way here, and we will pull these out. And then these up. Oh. So, in case you can't tell, these guys hooked me up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rods of the new Custom Light series rods. And I got all casting rods except for one. I got a spinning rod to go with this new spinning reel I got. I really don't have a good spinning rod setup, which is one reason why I don't really fish spinning rods. It's not something that I enjoy as much as a bait caster, and I don't fish the finesse stuff as much as I should. So this is going to put this in my hands, readily available. So it's something that I can't have the excuse not to use anymore. It's a tool that's out there that I should be using. So now I have the option of doing that. Throw that out of the way here. So this is the Custom Light 6.9 medium light, extra fast. Got this carbon fiber kind of look to it. Really good looking rod. Nice reel seats. Handle, really nice. and this is a drop shot series rod, and that's why I got it, is because I'm wanting to get out and try some drop shot techniques that I haven't. So getting out, giving this thing a shot. I'm really looking forward to spooling this thing up and getting out there and smashing some fish and sharing with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing on here and let you guys see how good it looks. Man, I'm so excited over this. There you go. Again, that's the Custom Light Series by Lowe's. And I will tag all, or I will pin all this stuff down in the description so you guys can click on the links and go check it out if it's something you're interested in. That way you can go check it all out on the website, get all the actual specs and stuff that I don't give you here. And if it's something you're interested in ordering, then that would be a plus, because they are affiliate links, and like I've said, I get a small commission, very small commission, off of everything that's bought off those affiliate links. So if you guys want to go out and get something like that, do that and order it from Amazon for me. Help us out. Now this is the 610 medium action, moderate fast, and it's for 3/16 to 5/8 ounce. And I'm gonna let you guys see right here, it tells you on it, soft plastics. So that's one cool thing, is they have these technique specific style rods. Of course you can use this for different techniques, but this is really gonna shine throwing your Texas rig soft plastics. And that's one cool thing about these, is a lot of people ask, what should I throw jerk baits on? What should I throw plastics on? What should I throw crankbaits on? And they took the guesswork out of that for you, and just made it a lot easier. And if you're looking on the website, it actually says drop shot rod, soft plastic rod, Texas rig rod, or not Texas rig, that's your soft plastic rod. But flipping, pitching, they have an actual frog rod. They were out of stock, or I would have had it, but I do have that other rod that I really like for my frogs. So I figured I would get some of this other stuff and try it out. Oh man, this is a 7-foot medium light fast action, and it's for 1/8 ounce to 3/8 ounce lures. And just to reiterate that, and then there you go. What is this one for? Finesse casting, shaky heads and small crankbaits. So that new BFS Lose reel is going right here. And that looks slick. God, look at that. Man, it matches up so good. I'm ready to get to this video and head to the lake. Let's tear this one open. And then which one do we have here? This is the 7.6 heavy power fast action, and this is a 3/16 to 2 ounce lures that this can handle. And this is the flipping stick. So when you're out flipping those big heavy weights, this is a good one to get out there, flip that heavy cover with. But you can, it can handle down to a 3/16 ounce and still cast well. but up to those 2 ounce lures, be able to go punching, stuff like that with this, and of course, just out flipping brush or anything like that. So that is a very stout rod. But the weight that these things have, well, don't have, they're super light. That makes a huge difference out on the water after you've been out there all day. Being out on the water and having a rod that is extremely heavy is such fatigue on your body, and you don't realize it until you've done it for a couple days in a row, and then that shoulder starts hurting, those forearms start burning, and people think, oh, well, you're just out fishing all day. Yeah, but fishing is a little more active than people realize, and when you're out there doing it day in, day out, it gets tiresome, and your body does get fatigued. So having this light equipment, this 4.9 ounce reel, being able to get out and make more casts because you're not as tired, you're going to catch more fish. I mean, it's just that simple. The more times you can get that line in the water, the more potential you have for catching fish. So being able to get out there and not be super fatigued and wear yourself out is very, very big to someone who fishes constantly. All right, so I'm going to pause this real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and rip the rest of the plastic off these. That way you guys don't have to sit and watch me open up every single one of these rods, and then I'll go over the rest of these with you. All right, we're back. So next in the line, we've got, this is a 7.3 medium heavy, fast action, and that's a 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce lures. And this is a good old jig rod. Getting out, throwing that jig out on these rocks and these deeper flats, and wherever you're wanting to put that jig. Even if you're flipping that jig, this would be a good one as well. But I would go, of course, with my lighter jigs, I would go with this one. If I was going with a heavier jig, I would go with that flipping rod that I have, and get out there and catch them that way. But those rods kind of cross over a little bit, both of which, I mean, one's a medium heavy, one's a heavy action. They both are heavy power. They both got the fast action tips on them. So you're gonna be able to have a little heavier lure on that flipping stick. So that is something to keep in mind. Now here's one that I'm super excited about as well. And this is a 7.6 medium heavy, moderate fast. And anybody that watches the channel knows that I've been working on my giant swim baits, but this is also good for throwing your A-rigs on, this medium heavy. I do have that Phoenix rod that I got that I really like, but this one's super, super light, and wanted to try this thing out, and I think I'm gonna like it. Being able to throw up to 1.5 ounces on this one. So I've got that other rod that I can throw up to, I think, a 5 ounce lure. Maybe that's my Dobbins, but anyways. So I've got a couple of different options to throw my swim baits now and be able to get out and catch these fish multiple different ways. I can have my A-rig tied on, and I can have one glide bait and one swim bait, or whatever I want. But next in the line we have, this is kind of the same as the flipping stick. Depends on who you ask. They are different techniques, but they're kind of the same. You're using a lot of the same lures, you're using the same weights, you're using a lot of the same stuff, and the rod is basically the same. It's a heavy power, fast action. This is a 7.4, and it's for 1/2 ounce to 2 ounce lures, and it's a pitching stick. But I usually have multiple lures tied on when I go out that are that style, that are your Texas rig baits that you're gonna be pitching or flipping into cover. brush and stuff like that. So being able to have one plastic tied on one and a jig tied on the other, or two different soft plastics if I want a big worm on one. Well, I've got my other soft plastic rod for that now. So there's so many options, and so much of this stuff crosses over. So it's not saying you can't use any of these for whatever you're out throwing. It's just that is a recommendation on what these rods are specific to. With that length, being able to pitch versus a little shorter length, the way you're flipping. So having those different options there is good. And again, you can use it for whatever you want. There's no rules, but there are some recommendations on what's going to help you to get that hook up a little better. And someone asked me in one of the videos to do in that giveaway video that I've got live right now. Again, if you're not in on that, go watch the last video, get in on that giveaway. Giving away a $100 lure pack that I put together of stuff off the wall. So if that's something you're interested in, you got to be a subscriber to the channel. Go hit that and get in on that giveaway. But it's just a recommendation on what you can use these for. So again, you can use it for whatever, but like this one here is gonna excel at skipping. This is a 7-1, a little bit shorter, heavy power, fast action, and it's a 1/4 ounce to 1.5 ounces, but it's set up for skipping. And then there's that size, if you guys want to see that. It's even got the part numbers here, so you guys, if it's something that you want to look up, you guys can look these up and order you some. But this being the skipping, being able to skip this, it's got that fast tip on it. It's a little bit shorter, so you can, especially from the kayak, being able to get down and skip that. But with that fast tip, it's going to help to whip that bait. You don't want to try to skip with, say, a moderate. It's just too slow. And for those that don't understand how all that works, I'll break it down more in the video that I'm going to do about specific rods for specific situations. But you have your power, which is through your blank, like how strong this thing is and what kind of weights it's going to hold. With that being said, you can have a medium heavy like this swim bait rod that can throw 2-ounce lures. But then you've got another medium heavy that says no more than 5/8 or whatever. So it's for that class. But then you have you've got your lights, your medium lights, your mediums, your medium heavy, your heavy, and then you have your extra heavies. And I think there's actually some companies that make an extra heavy. And then of course you've got your ultra light and your micro light and all that stuff. But then you have, that's your power. And then you have your action, which is how far down the blank does that bend. So your fast action is going to be like, I'll get the math on it, but it's like the first 10 or 15% of the rod. And then a moderate action is like gonna bend down further into the rod. So I'll get all that breakdown and I'll go over that in a video later and explain that to you. But a lot of people get action and power mixed up. They are not the same, but they work together. So if you've got a medium heavy fast action, you're not going to want to specifically use that for crankbaits, because that fast action tip is going to let you pull that crankbait away from that fish faster, but also it puts enough strain on that bait in that fish's mouth that it can pull those treble hooks out. So being able to have that moderate action, it's a little slower, it bends a little further down the blank and lets you play that fish a little more, but also in setting that hook, it's just got a little bit of a delay in it. And not enough of a delay to make you miss the fish, but to actually assist you in landing that fish. So that is something I will get into in depth and go over and explain a little better, and hopefully help some people out with that, because that's something that learning those small details can really make a big difference. So having these rods that are technique specific is really cool. And like a skipping rod. Do I have to use this to skip? No, I can go out and throw big 10-inch worms on this if I want to. Is that what it's made for? No, it's made for skipping, but it's not a lot different than my soft plastic rod. So don't look at these rods and hesitate buying one because it says a certain technique on it, because they are compatible other ways. I just don't want people to get confused on that and be like, well, I don't want a technique specific rod, because it doesn't have to be that way. But I went super long-winded on this. It's just something I'm super excited about. If you guys can't tell by now, I'm super passionate about sharing the information and letting you guys know what I know, and you guys being able to share stuff back with me, and just chat back and forth and help each other out. But I do want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel, and it really means a lot. Everybody that's commenting on the videos, and I've got people that comment on every single video, and I've had a few kids specifically reach out and comment and let me know that things that I've said have helped them, and that means a lot. It really does, to know that you're taking information that you get from me and being able to put more fish in the boat, the kayak, on the bank, whatever. And that means the world to me, to know that I'm helping an angler somewhere catch potentially the fish of their life. So I do appreciate you guys commenting and engaging like you do, and just let's continue to grow this thing and grow the community and help more people out. It's cool to see the amount of people that actually watch the videos, and you can tell you've got some videos that it might be a 14-minute video and only 2 minutes of it was watched on average. And it sucks sometimes to see that, but it helps me to know also not to do a video like that as much, to do something a little different, but to help engage more. So if you guys have comments, any kind of recommendations on stuff like that, I appreciate those. I don't take those as offensive. If you say, hey, could you do a video on blah, 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 you know, I ask for that kind of stuff because it helps me to be able to help you more. But again, here I go jabbering like crazy. So I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank Luz and Strike King and Tom. I'm not going to throw out his last name so people aren't bombarding him. I probably already drove him crazy texting him back and forth about this. But I want to thank them for doing this, and for thank Tom for reaching out to me and working with me, getting this stuff out to me as quick as he did. ICAST, I mean, he got it shipped out right before ICAST, and it's just, they've been great through this whole thing. I hope to continue to be able to work with them on stuff like this, to be able to do this, and hopefully win some more. I'm in that mock tournament, and I've got some stuff going on there. I've got some videos entered, some stuff on my Instagram entered, and hopefully can win some stuff there. And I've also got some new lures from mock coming, and when they get here, I'll go over those with you guys as well as soon as I can. What they tell me I can show, I will, and then I will show the rest once I can. But you guys make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me some comments down below, hit that notification bell so you know when new stuff comes out. You're going to want to see this $500 prize pack from the gift card that I get, because I'm going to order some cool stuff, mixture of stuff, different sizes and stuff that I don't have, but a lot of baits that I do use, but they'll be in different sizes and stuff like that, colors, and kind of get the wall stock back up. I've dwindled it down a little bit, giving some stuff away. But again, I appreciate it. Man, this means the world to me. $3,000 worth of free fishing stuff just for going on and joining the online tournament, and I think this tournament actually costs $10, but most of them are free. So going on there and doing that. But again, I just want to thank you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, and we'll get you guys some knowledgeable content coming out, and some reviews on this stuff, and I appreciate it. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one.